Hi, in this tutorial I will show you how to import an airfoil and how to mesh it. So the airfoil generator works like you hit the number of points, you select your 4-digit or 5-digit airfoil. You can also import your airfoil data by following this guide. So let us change the spacing to cosine and focus on the front part of the airfoil. It will get smoothed out. So I will work with close trailing edge, so I will have one additional point at the trailing edge. So hit generate and let's export these points. So after exporting I can close this and you will see the points exactly right here. Let's go to smart selection. So I will add a rule and I will choose vertex, location and Y, and I will select all the points that are equal or larger than 0. Oops. So once selected, I can hit on right click on the object tree and then I will call this up or top, whatever I want, and then I will go and extract the 2 points. So I will hit this copy button, so these will be copied, and then I can scroll down and then I can hide the points. Okay, and next I will select all the remaining points so that are less than equal 0 in y coordinate direction, and I will group that as bottom spot. So once I did that, I can start creating spline. So right over here, auto connect vertices, the tool option will pop up and I will select B spline and let me zoom in, and I will hold shift and left mouse button and it will select like a brush the vertices that I hover over. So let's select what's remaining here one by one and then zoom in, hold shift left click. Okay, then this is a preview. I will hit key E like here. In the tool option it will accept what I just created in preview. So that is the top curve and I will do the same, exactly the same thing for the bottom. Hold shift, hold left mouse button and I will hover over the dots one by one. Okay, hit E for accept and then I will just, this is my airfoil right there, and let me just hit escape and then I will create the grid. Here in the grid options I can hit auto resize, and when I just try to draw on the grid it will auto update, but let's change that to a fixed size, and my airfoil size chord length is 1000, so I will just have 10,000 and the spacing will be like 100. So this is my grid right now, so I need to draw the domain. So I select this line tool and I'm holding the key Q so I can snap on what the viewer shows me as snap options. The the blue dot will show where the options are, and when I hit Q it will attach to that point, and the circle with the cross is a guide for shapes that have these snap options, right? But the blue dot is actually where it will snap, and the circle cross will just show me when I hover near the shape that I have one snap option over there. So I will hit Q and then the trailing edge, and now I can hit A and I will enter 90, hit enter, and I need the length. I will hit 5000 because 1000 is my chord length. I will then hit key E and it will accept. Now I will hit escape and then select from this tool section the aligned rectangle, so I can draw a rectangle. Now as for angle, I can also hit negative values like 90. I need to do that again. So snap, hit A, enter minus 90, and then the angle will remain in minus 90 angle, and you will see exactly here where the angle reference line is. So as for the length, I will hit 10,000, right? Click, and for the width, I will also you can hit the key W and you will enter this field to enter. Let's hit 10,000 over here, and I will accept that. So what we'll need to do is let me just remove that. Let me keep that actually, and I will show you another tool. If you go to the options, you have here extend tool. Okay, so what this does is you hit the line you want to extend, and the second click is where exactly from both ends you want to extend the line. So I will you enter, like I clicked somewhere here, so the algorithm knows which end is the next. And when I hit L, I can enter the field, and I will just extend that by plus 1000. That's the chord length actually, and that will extend the line. Same for this. I will first hit the shape that I want to extend, and then hit again somewhere near the end point, so the algorithm knows which end I want to extend. So I will extend by 1000 and then hit OK. Now and I can exit this tool, and what I want is create an arc. So I will hit radius 5000, hit E for accept. So I will exit the tool, and what I need next is I want several sections. So I will hit A and enter a value of 0, so it will be a horizontal line. So I will now hover over this edge, and I will hit the key X, so it will extend to boundary. Like in the tool options, there is a legend for you to read extend to boundary. Once highlighted, I can hit X and it will snap to that value. Okay, I will hit OK, left mouse button, and then I will hit R for return. So I am still in the drawing mode, but somehow the pencil disappeared, so I like the pencil, so I will enter again. And the next thing is connect these two lines, points, hit escape, and then what I need next is I will cut off the airfoil. Here this tool is called split shapes, So let me zoom in the upper part, and I selected once, and you see that I have a cross on the line on the curve. So R is for ratio. I will split that at like 20%, and then I will do it again for the lower section. And if there's key F for flip, so if you want the ratio from the other end, just flip it. So I will flip again. So this left point is my reference point, and I will hit 20, and now I did split the curves. So I can now go and draw new edges. It will snap here. Okay, Alt Q. Then angle, as for angle, I will just 100 degrees. Highlight, hit X, it will snap. Okay, accept. Return. Angle minus 100, and like this. Okay, so drawing is completed. What I need to do next is I need to split the curves, like this line spans from the top part to the lower section, so I need to split it. This is my smart splitter. So smart trim selected, and in the tool options I will keep the splitted segments. Okay, so this orange highlighted part will show me when I cut it which part is will remain, and the whole part, the curve will be still highlighted red, so I know which part I cut out. That's the orange part, and the red part, the lower curved part, will also remain as separated curve. So when I hit on that, I will get now exactly two curves. Okay, this is one, and this I need to split also. As you can see, I have one orange part, and the red part is what will left out from the split operation. So when I hit on that, you will see, you will get two parts. Same goes for this part, and I have here, and I will do the operation for all. So okay, okay. So now I need to make sure that each block has four edges only, and here I have two, so I will here reconstruct edges. It is a tool that can merge multiple curves into one curve. So I will select both, and then I will hit key E to merge, and now when I hover over it, you see only one curve remains, and I will do the same for these two. And now my geometry should be complete, so each edge should not cross any other edge, and once I select all of these and I create faces from it, from create surface, it will iterate over all curves and find the closing face for all segments, and then create faces for each. So let me just remove the grid, and what you see is the airfoil is also created. So let me hide that, and I will have these 6 faces. So I need to merge these into one shell. Okay, so I select these, what remains without the airfoil, and here this button stitch faces to shell, and once I do that and I hide these, what remains is one shell. So this shell I will now mesh, and for that I go to CFD to block mesher. The first thing is that a dock widget will pop up, and this is the place where we will work from now on. So I will hit the soon shell, which is my fluid domain, and I will right click on geometry and import selected selection from viewer. So I can hide this now and hide this object tree completely, so I have this area. So the next thing is I want to create like divisions for the block, and sorry, so the block mesher works, we need valid geometry. So TFI stands for transfinite interpolation, and it checks if the geometry is valid for meshing with this meshing strategy. Okay, so each face needs to have 4 edges exactly, or 4 curves. So it can be a discontinued curve segment which we did stitch together for this upper line. So the math behind it should be that we have 4 edges once we create the face. So you can also like enable the edge selection, and if you hover over it, you should or select, you should get exactly one selection. Okay, so okay, so once we imported the valid shape, so nothing complains here, we go to mesh and we will add sizing. Okay, you can add as many as you want, you can clear all sizings, and you can clear the generated mesh by right clicking the mesh, and if you click on sizing you can rename it, you can duplicate it, you can delete it. So I won't do anything here. Now I will start by clicking this edge, and normally we want all these edges. You can ignore the red line, it will show the distance between 2 selected shapes on the fly, so it is in the status bar, the distance that is not relevant right now. So normally I would go and select all these, and these have to be one value, okay? Otherwise you will get different sizings, different cell sizes, and it will just not work out. So what you can also do is just select one, hit add, and then hit this, where is it, this P button, propagate selection to opposite edges on the quad face. Okay, let me hit the highlight button. So when I propagate, it will automatically select all the edges. So as for demonstration purposes, I will just enter a value of 50 for these segments. So I will need to do these also for these. So select one, hit add, propagate, highlight. That let's do like 150, and then hit add again, and then I will select this one, and I will select this one, and I will hit OK and propagate. So, and this is because when I propagate from this to this, there will be a disconnect because there is no connection between the upper and lower face of the faces on each side of the airfoil. So like let's take a value of, I don't know, like 30 maybe, and then the next thing is like I will hit this, I will hit this, and then add additional sizing, hit add, and I will add propagate, highlight. It's okay, it's like, let's take like 20 or so, value of 20. Now without any grading and boundary layer insertion. Let's hit this red generate volume mesh button. For 2D you will work with this. For 3D cases you can also create the surface mesh first to check if the cell size are okay. But for 2D it's actually really fast, so I will hit this red and this green button. The preview will not work anyways because it would be the same output in the end. So what you see here is, let me untoggle the geometry. You will have a really nice mesh, and what you want for this section is actually you want grading to resolve the boundary layer. So if I hit that, so what I want here is exactly on this highlighted edges I want to add boundary layers, okay? So because each edge has a parametric, in the parametric space it has a natural direction, we will click on this arrow button to see in which direction the edge parameterization goes. Let me show you one thing. If I enter a value for the growth rate of 1.1 and hit OK, you will get a skewed mesh, because look at this arrow. It would start from this side, from this point, and go all the way down. And what we can do is we can select, enable edge selection. We will go to this edge and we will flip the direction with this flip button. Okay, so it will turn the red edge into an orange one, and we need to do that also for this edge. So I did just select, okay, and I will just hit this flip button and the color will turn orange. So orange means in the other direction, okay, growth rate will work in the other direction. I think that's all, and when I hit this again, you will see it will get a smoothed out mesh and disable highlighting. Well, that's just a demonstration purpose video mesh creator. So for a growth rate of 1.2 you can do like this, and you can play around with the options. You can when you go to mesh, okay, because that is a 2D meshing we have done, we need a total depth. Okay, so when I rotate the mesh, you will see it's like really flat, and this is exactly just one unit in depth. So I will do like 1000 because the airfoil is like 1000 long, the chord length, and when I hit apply thickness, you will see you don't even need to remesh, and the depth will be adjusted on the fly. And we will have here mesh statistics, so we have like 20,000 sets right now. And if you want to enable the smoother, be careful, because smoothing can destroy boundary layers, somehow like inverting, because if you drag the points around all the time, it can be that we get inverted cells. Just for demonstration purpose, I will just mesh this once. I think the part that will be influenced most will be that section, so let us just run that, and you see the because this point is exactly where we had the boundary between the faces, it will remain static, and it will just move these to make these more smooth in their cell to cell jump. So hit mesh, the mesh is still valid, And if you want to introduce more cells, you can exactly do that by changing these values, like 25, like 200. You need to be careful, like because once you hit the, if you want to make the boundary layer so small that you have floating point arrows, it will destroy the mesh somehow, because just because of it will get infinitely small and the math will not work out anymore. So let me hit this and check the mesh. It is still valid. It's we doubled the cell count to 43,500, and you will have a mesh like this, and you can still further play around or smooth or change the gradient. So just play around. So I would say this this mesh looks good. So as for patches, um, you can right click at patch, and to patch you need to select the geometric entities edge. Of course, you can just select these entities and call that like free stream or whatever you want, and hit that add button, and then call that patch, and right click rename free stream. And as for the airfoil, okay, add patch, hit, this is wall, that's gonna be airfoil. Okay, as for cell zones, we don't have any, and the selection group is like the selection helper I showed you in the beginning for the other tool, for the vertex creator. So this is now a valid mesh, and let us check. Let me just copy this path, and if you hit like this button, it will ask you for conversion. I will, because I created the airfoil with 1000 units, and I like to have 1 meter, so I need to scale that down with the scaling factor. So I will hit OK, and it will then ask for the path. Where do you want to create it? And so this is my section, and this is it will automatically check for if there are constant folder, is there a polymesh folder. You just need to hit this your project path, okay, and then hit OK, and it will automatically write the airfoil mesh. And I also prepared the terminal for that. So the first thing we need to do is just run renumber mesh, and then hit check mesh to get sure that we did not destroy anything. Like that's looks good. Check the dimensions if the dimensions are okay. The front and back section will be automatically created, back and front, and these will be called like empty patches. And I have here the free stream that I defined. I defined the airfoil, and we can just open the mesh also in ParaView to make sure that everything worked. So hit OK. So this is the mesh. You can investigate. What I want to show you is the patching. Now hit the airfoil. Perfect. Airfoil is OK. So the free stream is OK, and the back is OK, and the front. Let me just disable these and look from the other side. Perfect. Okay, you need to check your boundary file once again. If free stream, well, actually, let's go into there. The boundary. Like here, free stream is defined as patch. This is empty. This is empty. This is wall. I'm not quite sure if there exists another type for patch right now. I need to look, but if you know how to set up your case for external aerodynamic simulation in OpenFOAM, you should be able to do that without any problem. So let me close that and let me close that. So everything looks okay, and if you want to save your project like here, like the measure, let me delete these. So I will copy this path and I will this is the area. I will hit OK and it will create the files. So these are the created files. So if I hit like new and I want to work on this project again, so hit this part, and then if you're in the correct directory, you can just select and it will load your project and you can still work on everything again. Okay, like change that to, I don't know, 400, remesh, export, whatever you want. So thanks for watching and see you in another tutorial.